Alright, let's get this done. As soon as the whole thing loads up and lets me know that everything's working fine, come on. Wait. Alright, there it is, working. Good. So, as usual, hello, welcome back to Joyless Gaming and the Outer Worlds. It's New Year's Eve, and being the loser that I am, I have no plans. So, I'm going to see if I can get this game finished again before midnight, which is 3 hours away, or just under 3 hours away. If I don't finish it before then, whatever, I'll go until I finish it. Because I will be tempted to try playing it again to be evil. But for now, it's time to call in on all of my good deeds. Because basically the only things left, as far as I know, I don't think there's going to be any other side quests that open up after I go to the Hope. I don't think. But we'll see. Alright, let that load in.
Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering. Welcome back, Captain. Goodbye.
Still got nothing to say, Ada. Right. So, yes, here we go out to here. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long to do the Hope bit. I think. And then it will be the final mission, I think.
I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive.
It's going to happen.
If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2. Or the Sun.
Tell me about it.
The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
What are they doing?
Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. I need you to reroute power. You'll have to connect me to the Hope.
Okay, that didn't go anywhere. So, yeah, may as well just stick with Pavati and Ellie. Okay. 25 logs. Yes. All right. Status. Power status. Overdue. Divination. Okay. Yeah, let's just try about getting these abilities to work more often. Now, for me, well, what's left for me? I guess a final boost to leadership. Engineering's up pretty high because of both LA and Amplify. Yeah. Two points available, eh? Ah, God, this again, I don't really... Don't need more dialogue skill bonuses because I've got that maxed out. Health on kill, I guess. I mean, I've got healing though, haven't I? Yeah. Looks like, yeah, this might be the level cap. I think. If that's the experience bar, then yeah, this could very well be. Huh. Yeah, level cap. Okay. Anyway, enough of that. Time to get on board. Oh, they're not... Oh, I was worried. Yeah, I was going to wear that, but it's just too little armor rating on it.
You know, when they posted us here, I told them there wasn't any point. Nobody would be so shows how much I know. You've got about 5 seconds.
Engineering and lie. Why not take the higher lie? You need to treat you higher.
Bullshit. If UDL was sending...
End of the law. That's a lot of lying. But I was trying to go for persuade as much as possible, and I've got a high persuade, so let's persuade.
I get you. This is the dullest job I've ever had. But orders said to stand here, so here I am. All right. You'll want a uniform so my staff doesn't shoot. We've got a few extra in the old badge station, too.
Cool. Talked my way into a disguise. If I didn't already have one. I seem to recall it being possible to basically sidestep a lot of this. That's just logs. Ah. Well, I guess it'll let me reset the thing at the very least. He wills, ah yes.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. I see you've located the stasis chambers. Which pod were you slumbering in for so long, Captain? The missing one, I take it?
You all right, Captain? I mean, seeing this place again? That Chief Junlei sure seems well, huh?
Oh, that's a shift of... I obviously had the card last time. Must have found it somewhere. Armor?
That's the last of them!
Must never made it in here before. So I wasn't able to pick locks and stuff. This... Is this... Hmm. Do I not get a bolter pistol ultra? I mean, I'm at max level now. Anyway.
Keep your shoulders up.
Keep my shoulders up, you say?
That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious to wake him.
Hope's so much like Grandmaker. I knew they were sisters, but it's eerie. Like walking in another universe where we all died.
That's real cheery, Pavati. Really cheery. I didn't look at everything around here last time, I think. Nope, I think I saw that before. Then again, I might have come in this way. Yeah. That's the broken lock. Any computers to read stuff on? No.
Oh, clever.
And that's the way out. I think. Status. Logs. Yes, they turned to cannibalism. Wait, what? Where's the last... Oh dear. Comms.
Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do.
Ready to skip.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive, and also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved?
Skip the Hope to territory.
Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Well, I didn't save, but...
In case I don't get another chance to say it, it's been interesting, Captain.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2...
Because I don't think I have the engineering expertise to do it myself.
Does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
Or can you do it better? Does it work out better if you do it, if you are capable of doing it? Maybe it does. Maybe it's like it can be done with Ada, but if you've got the right amount of skill, it can be done better, maybe? Well, seems like that worked.
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
Oh. I feel like I've been turned inside out. Let's not do that again.
Well, talk to the doctor. She's right next to you. Yes, they are now unfriendlies. I think. Oh, what? Wait a minute, how do I get out of here? Well, that's shit. I'm stuck down here. Oh, there's a ladder. Just hiding. Well, I thought that would be the way out. Maybe this is the way out then. I think I came in this way last time.
These were the private quarters of the Hope's former crew. Shall we hold a moment of silence for the dearly departed? No? That's odd, because my programming would indicate that when forced to confront the idea of self-death, organics prefer... Oh, I see. Yes, never mind.
At least no one's gonna mind if we take their stuff.
Ellie. Really? Don't open the door. Guys. Gals. Ladies. Valued crewmates. Don't open the door, thank you. Oh, this doesn't go anywhere. Well, I guess... Okay, so...
What was that? Hey, I saw that! I don't recognize you. Are you new here?
Yes, I am. Persuade is a good one.
I'm just trying to make sure you belong here. Yeah, you're definitely new here. Don't test me, Runleach.
Well, don't call me Runleach then. Hmm. Almost like this ship was, planned to make the journey on a corporate budget rather than, as would be necessary to ensure its success. More along the lines of how can we cut every cost? Almost as if it's part of some larger satire of the business world. Don't want to die like her. Do I want to know?
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
Yes. I will definitely be doing that. Oh, I thought that was a book or something. I'm actually just curious about this. I don't think I read all of these last time. He's not waking them up, he's just opening the pods. This is when he was finding out. If you don't survive, they're as good as dead anyway. If you eat them, they are also dead. You've not really succeeded. Yeah, this is how you get in there.
I can take a hint.
Advanced defensive helmet gold, huh? Machine gun too, huh? Not at all what I expected. I thought I might find more, you know, stuff. Well, I mean, I suppose I did find stuff.
System. Records indicate you have already been identified.
I like the persuade option. Let's assume it works.
Error. Binary detected. Binary has been deprecated since the invention of Anti-Cleo's patented Tripanary language. Tripanary. More bits for your bits. We appreciate your cooperation. Have a pleasant day.
Out of my way. Found a flaw. Paranoid. Personality attributes -1. No. I'm not paranoid. I was certain of my success. I was self-assured. Getting stopped by the guards because the bloody holographic disguise thing just doesn't work properly. So the goal is to get all the way out of here. Hmm. I thought there might actually be an extra way out. Through there? Do you think I was mistaken? Not sure you saw that. Okay. Good. Nice of them to make this part of the ship basically neutral. I wonder if I could have fast traveled through all of that. That would have been funny. Just basically bypass it.
Captain, I am receiving a transmission from Dr. Wells. The transmission is marked with priority status. Urgent!
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss.
What, are you having a contest or something?
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me. I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab.
She goes to looking
associate
bored.
as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance?
Well, apparently there's
May
still nothing.
luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck does not exist. But it seems to comfort humans to believe they possess good quantities of it.
Indeed. Right.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Same companions. Like I said, I can't imagine there being really anything else before the final mission. I imagine you can go up until this point and then you can still do the side missions. But going to Tartarus is what is like, you're finishing the game now. Hello. Are you friendly? I'll take that as a no.
Here we go! Just like that. Get past that armor! That's smart. I'll fix you right up! Watch him throw it once. Anyone? We're not getting through! Everyone all right? He took one down!
Okay. Mm-hmm. The hell?
Nice going.
Is there actually any other reason to come back here? Probably not. Right. Yep. Hmm. Yes, I remember reading these. If this is some guy. Oh, there was a reason to go back down there. Yes. Yeah. The rescue nav key. Is there anything over here? No, just nothing. Yeah. Right. Okay. Anyway, now off to the final mission, I believe.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating.
Acquired posters. Does that go up in like here somewhere or? Employee of the month. Is that them? I suppose it is. Wait a minute, who gets the pocket watch then? You pick up stuff that they end up displaying in their quarters as well. Huh. Yeah. I guess Because there is a reason to pick up everything.
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
Yeah. So, everybody's here.
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
I'm not one for pointless heroism, but the board's gonna be after us next. We gonna finish what we started?
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain.
Can't abandon him.
I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
What do we all think about it?
It's the craziest plan I've ever heard. And I mean that as a compliment.
You didn't hire me to think. And I ain't about to start now. You're my boss. And I'll walk into fire with you.
I think it's insane. But maybe the colony needs a healthy dose of insanity right about now.
I know it's dangerous. And I won't lie and say I'm not scared out of my wits. But I couldn't live with myself if we didn't do something.
You're asking for more than bravery from us, Captain. But there are worse ways to go than dying for a good cause. I'm in.
Let Sam get the grime out. It's what our units do best.
The entire plan is a terrible idea, but I admire your bravado, Captain, which leads me to illogically believe, against the odds, that you will be successful.
We're doing it because I don't think there's
If we
anything
don't
else
make
left.
it, at least it'll be a great
Yeah,
start.
nothing else is going to open up
My trusty tossball stick.
after
My
this.
ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
So it's just allowing you to access stuff that you've already
You can count on us, Captain.
set
We're
up,
crew.
which
For
is
real crew.
nothing now
That means
that I
we
know
got
of.
each other's backs. Right.
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Command not recognized.
Waiting on your command, Captain.
Come on, not recognized. Well, here we go. I could probably talk to them some more, but, you know... That'd be great. Actually, it would be great. Let me talk to them some more. Let's put this off as long as possible.
Something on your mind?
Ah, nothing to say. Nothing to say. I guess we've all had our say. Nothing left to say.
Welcome back, Captain. See you soon.
Nothing left to say. Alright. So we never went to Typhon, Hephaestus, or Eridanos. Now, Typhon almost seemed like it was where the Hope was sitting in orbit of it, but maybe it wasn't. But it was about in this sort of proximity. Maybe it was just floating on the edge of the system. I don't know. Yes, let me save.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Anything useful?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions.
Okay.
The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Promise not to leave without me.
I make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security. You
Yeah.
are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized. At which point...
Look at the people in landing violations. Of all the places to get arrested.
UDL does appreciate the... As a show of our deepest gratitude, we...
Well, I'd like the persuade option because that's what I've been going for.
Alright. I'm feeling generous. Transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die.
Productive, you say?
Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the... Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
I guess we're going. So was that a disguise? Did I just convince him to give me a disguise? We'll stick with the same ones. I think I just persuaded him into sending me a disguise for the whole damn. What's this about another ship from Groundbreaker, though? That's for the stealthy approach.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's
Oh yeah, them.
the board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Margat.
Dump the bodies for the rest of the garbage. Place to attack! I'll take this one, no!
You guys okay?
Bring him down! Open fire!
Are you new here? I didn't think we were hiring more staff.
Are you talking while on shift?
Oh, no. Don't tell anyone, please.
Secret safe with me.
Got your paperwork squared away.
Where's my destination currently? That way. I forgot about the,
Bars when it's got a storm like that guarding the gates.
Getting in's one thing. Let's just hope we're able to get out again.
kind of forgot about the help from the Groundbreaker. And, kind of would have preferred that they didn't.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Yeah, but I've got a disguise. What's the point of having a disguise if you're not going to use it? I don't know how much faster it drains when you run. Seems like the kind of thing I should have checked at some point. Wait, what? I went over that way last time because I was trying to... trying to stay hidden. Point of interest discovered because I don't get any XP because I am at max level. Pardon me. So my junk. Yeah, that's not going to give me so much more damage that it really feels worthwhile. You really should give them better stuff by the looks of it. You really need to give them better equipment. Give them better weapons so that you can upgrade those. Give them better armor so that they've got better armor. So I have to go down the pit. Hopefully I can disguise my way through it most of the way. If I could hack that or lockpick that door, that'd be very helpful. I can. Huh. Storage manifest. Dimethyl oxide. Architectural records. I mean, yeah, this is sort of a better stealthy route, but it's also faster to get to this bit.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Wait, what? Okay, everybody's trying to help me, and I really appreciate it. I promise, I really do appreciate it, but, there are better ways? I'm trying a better way. I'm being stealthy.
Are you new here? I didn't think we were...
Talking while on shift. I wonder if that despawned all the people trying to help me. Why am I... Oh, that's a stealthy way, right? A full-on stealth way. I remember this room. And on the other side, I believe was the... Indeed.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Ah, and the wayward doctor. Are you about done with your escapades? We have faces that need lifting, after all.
These days, I'm more interested in breaking them. Wouldn't mind taking a swing at yours.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
They're not yours.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now.
I'd rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
Even you gave up on this.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems.
Well, you could solve them by
half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through. But it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Have you?
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
You prefer to keep riding this downward spiral. I can fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Which is why you have no place here. Oh, that's a good lie, that actually rallied Byzantium against you. With your resources and focus on the hope, we could do a lot. Yeah.
I'll admit, there's no shortage of talent in the scientists and engineers there. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Maybe some good can come out of you after all. I doubt it, but... VIP. Right. What?
You're not worth the paperwork.
Damn it, can you... Could you all calm down, please? I'm actually trying to do this in a non-combative manner. That was the point of all of the...
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help.
Them as well?
Get in there and fight.
Damn it! Why? Can you all calm down, please? Please just calm down. Just please calm down. It's alright. Everything will be fine. Calm down, stop. Stop. Stop, please. Stop all the shooting, please.
I'm just real glad to know you all.
Well, if we have to fight the boss fight, which we probably do...
Captain, you
have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things.
There's no natural order about what you've gone.
Uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
There's absolutely nothing natural about this. So they pay you by the word. It's over. Stand down.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
Well, you'll have to.
I'm aware of your diplomatic talents, Captain. You have a gift for manipulation. But I warn you, I'm no easy mark. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon. And
No.
therefore you are my enemy.
Yes, I'm your enemy. I'm not the enemy of Halcyon. You're the enemy of Halcyon. You're the one fucking everything up. Let him go.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
You're very single-minded. Everything has to be violent with you. There's been enough violence already. Yeah, there has been. I've been trying to tell everyone that.
In that we are in agreement. An end to violence is precisely what I want. An end to chaos. An end to senseless loss of life. The only obstacle standing in my way is you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
Well, let's talk.
Fair enough.
One of the only rational people left. Well, she's not, so I don't want to say that. But I've got 100 persuade. I really would like to do that. Give me a chance to walk away.
Interesting that you think I'm going to die here. I believe I'm more than capable of taking you on.
Nothing stopped me so far.
Fair point. I don't know how you've managed to defy the odds. By every reasonable estimate, you should be dead. Yet here you stand. I've devoted my entire life to protecting Halcyon. I'm not afraid to die in the line of duty.
I can tell. Yeah, the board isn't worth dying for. Because that's the thing. She's not on the board, is she? She's like the security something or other. But this is I've got 2 good points here. I could either tell her the board's not worth dying for, which this is the thing. It's the board you're talking about. It's not. But yeah, it is collapsing. Protecting the colony is your duty. You've failed. I don't know if she's going to react very well to being told that she's failed. I'm going to risk it.
Don't you think I know that? Yes, I made mistakes. Costly mistakes. Leaving you alive was the worst of them all. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to...
That's a good lie. I like that lie. Funny you say that.
Rockwell said that. Chairman Rockwell? That's absurd.
Oh, you know how much of a weasel he is.
You're lying. This is another one of your tricks. I've been the chairman's most reliable associate.
Sophie's been overstepping her bounds.
Sophie? That arrogant twit. After all I've done for him, I have given the chairman nothing less than a lifetime of loyal, honorable service. And this is how he repays me. By leaving me twisting in the wind.
This is how they all repay you, because you're not one of them. Everybody's disposable to the board.
Enough. I'm not going to stand here bickering with you. I was expecting the chairman's support, but I'll have to do without. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you.
Well, this is the only other option that keeps talking, so...
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more.
Ooh, I can hack thing. Okay.
That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
What does your word mean? It's a good perception one. I'll go for the perception one. Why not?
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades. I don't see any reason to continue arguing with you. I know when I'm beaten.
Ah, so the point is to have
The only
enough.
thing left to do is surrender with dignity. Congratulations, Captain. You've outplayed me. I accept your terms and will return Dr. Wells to your care.
Thank you. Glad we could settle it without violence.
I just hope you've made the right decision. The fate of the colony is in your hands now. I bid you farewell, Captain.
Well, okay. Cool. So the point is to have enough things that you can pass in dialogue checks to persuade her. Or convince her, maybe not persuade so much. Ah, so she opens up the other way if it's a case of the fight, and if you persuade, you get this pathway, which just takes you straight around here. Cool. All this opulence for what? Just to make yourselves feel good? Feel like you're accomplishing something while doing nothing? She ran away. Not even here. Well, that went a lot faster than I expected it to.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You must have said something to get under Akande's skin. She's gone, and I don't think she's coming back. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Yeah, you want to have a crazy contest, Phineas? You alright?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived.
Yeah, I don't think she knows how to do much
You've
else.
broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that. I was about to pop up some drinks and celebrate. But, yeah.
Earth has gone dark.
Yeah.
We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
They haven't exactly been hands-on around here anyway. So there's one less rubber stamp to worry about.
Earth is humanity's home planet, Miss Fenhill. The psychological effects of losing our original home will be devastating.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
We already were on our own, that's the thing, isn't it? I could ask him something, but I don't think I necessarily want to. Let's ask him something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
Ah, okay, so you can bring up the other things. Alright, well, what do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
You mentioned the frigate
You
disappearing.
might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace.
Why were they returning to
It was
Earth?
2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely...
Oh, were they sent off because you said we haven't had a message from Earth for 3 years? Were they sent off because we lost contact and somebody said, okay, we better look into that? There's something else I know about the other colonists, yeah.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
Yeah, well, I do forgive him, because he was, yeah, it's one of those screwy things, isn't it? Moral dilemmas. He was trying to save lives, and unfortunately, he needed to figure out how to revive the people, and in attempting to do so, they lost their lives, and it sucks. Hard decisions suck.
Thank you. Perhaps in time I'll learn to forgive myself. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. If you have any...
No more questions.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Alright, so, yeah. So this is basically where, like, to get the good ending here, I need to say you can count on me, I'll help you revive the other colonists. Yeah, I could actually take over, but that's not my plan. My plan is to help to get a good ending.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path.
Yeah, you're the quest giver.
You're the
I'm the hero.
best thing ever happened to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free.
Independence
Our future
by
is
default.
uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Lifetime employment program ruined.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on.
Oh, that's Roseway, right?
In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day,
That's a
an
shame.
accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together.
I couldn't let her...
Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town.
She still fucked it up.
And those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with 2 hands.
Build a better world.
As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker. And Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name. And in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. It was widely suspected that Sophia Akande was the true power behind Chairman Rockwell. However, after the riots on Tartarus, she was never again seen in the colony. Various theories circulated as to her fate. Some believed she boarded an interstellar ship capable of journeying to a distant colony. Others believe she died trying to escape Tartarus. Some few suggest she fled to Monarch, where she continued to live among a small band of loyalists. There is another theory, which suggests that Sophia's encounter with you changed her, and she deliberately retreated from public view, but continued supporting the colony in secret. When Dr. Wells began reviving the Hope's colonists, he found himself with a sudden windfall of additional supplies and resources, courtesy of an anonymous donor. If Wells knew who his supplier was, he never told a soul. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a product change, Rockwell was only too happy
just to
oblige.
stay in place, yeah.
As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Well, if anyone watching in the future will forgive me my emotional instability. It's New Year's Eve. There's always that thing, isn't there? For whether tomorrow will be a better day. Hope to the hopeless, I guess. Well, that's been a journey. Tonight turned out quicker than I thought it would. That's okay. Everyone have a happy new year and build a better future. Definitely not the greatest of moods here. Yes, I'll come back to this, no doubt, to be an evil corporate lickspittle at some point. Otherwise, yeah. See you next year for more of this nonsense, whenever that is. Bye for now.